Good evening. My name is Levitica Overstreet, and I would like to inform you about the gun violence in America. Labor Day weekend, as we know, is all about family and fun, but this Labor Day weekend, at least 65 people were shot and 6 fatally killed to gun violence, according to the Chicago Tribune. Today, I want to tell you about a little boy who's 4 years old, who's from Alabama. His name is Michael M.J. Moultrie Jr. He was shot and killed late Friday while getting his hair braided in a neighborhood in Chicago. He was visiting family for the Labor Day weekend, and this is one of the many unfortunate events that continuously happens to gun violence due in our local communities. I would like to briefly show you a picture of MJ. I grew up in Iowa where there wasn't a care in the world. When we were younger, we would stay out late, not having to worry about any type of violence, especially gun violence. In 2008, my little cousin Javante Jones, aka Jovi Man, was shot and killed at a liquor store in Davenport, Iowa. They considered this a cold case, and his murderer was never found. He was only 16 years old when he passed away. His mother, one of my cousins, was at work, and at that, she was very young with other younger children. It was so hard for our family and her. Even if you've never lost a family member to gun violence, this is the worst thing anyone can experience. Not finding the person responsible is even more of a heartbreak, because you feel like the person that's responsible is still out there possibly living their best life. Gun violence is something that needs to be controlled and stopped. According to statistics with GVA, which is the Gun Violence Archives of 2021, as of September 10th, 2021, the total number of deaths all caused from gun violence were about 30,000. And out of those, at least 2,300 were those unintentional. Out of that number, about 1,000 were children under the age of 11. Very sad to see. This number was from 2020, and it simply shows that kids are at risk, not just adults. Below I have a chart with the latest statistics, and this chart has been recorded by CDC suicide data. I would like to show you that as well. Statistics really bring more of a realistic feeling to what's actually going on in our neighborhoods today. This chart is over the past 7 years, showing an archive of all recorded deaths, injuries, accidentals, and murder-suicides. This number is alarming and far more than I can imagine. When things are out of sight and out of mind, it's hard to wrap your head around these types of things. We as a community have to have other outlets that are just not for kids but for adults too. We need a place where we can come together and get guns out of the hands of the wrong people. This here is just to inform you on what's going on in our world today. You can refer back to this site as a reference to check on the statistics in your state to see exact numbers. Gun violence is not only a national problem, it seems to be a worldwide disease that we have not been able to manage properly. When it hits your home is when it becomes real for all of us. Losing my little cousin was the hardest for all of us, and our family seems to relive this every year when his birthday comes around. Candlelight vigils every year are given by friends and family, which often reminds us and brings back a lot of the pain. If you know someone who has a gun and it is not legal, or they may be in danger, I state that it is your duty to report it, and you can do that at one of our websites that I have given in this presentation. That's www.atf.gov/ATF tips. You never know who you can be helping or even saying or even saving. Rest in peace to my little cousin Jovi Man. Right here I have a picture of him. One of the last pictures that he took before he passed away. 16 years old, killed from gun violence, and his murderer still has never been found. Thank you for listening today.